Droogies! Uncle Jonah here with another beer review, and this time we're doing one from the Beer 52 Balkans box. And they're more or less every beer in the box is by this brewery, but this one is actually labelled as such. This is the Garden Brewery, and it is one of the dark ones, the dark side. Peanut butter and chocolate cheesecake stout. 6.2 on the ABV. Rich and velvety dessert stout with a malty roasted depth. And when we're talking depth, we're talking ball deep. My friend from Ickenham, West London, ball deep. Her sister called Minjita. She's a lesbian. Okay, so we are talking about water, malted barley, wheat and oats, hops and yeast. The Garden Brewery is legendary because it tells you everything what's going on. Pilsner malt, Munich malt, wheat, chocolate malt that is, carafa, doesn't say what type, flaked oats, the hops are Magnum, a little bit of bittering in there. Yeast is AY4. Interesting. We've got peanut flavour and cheesecake flavour. So 330 can. The IBUs is 30, which is cool. Good to know. And all of this kind of stuff. Don't drive because you're drinking beers. If you're driving and you're 18 plus, avoid the pregnant ladies. Don't even think about pregnant ladies until you're over 18. And even then, you should ignore them because, yeah, they get you in trouble, man. Silver top. I do actually quite like this. It's a shame it's not in one of the bigger bottles, but a 6.2 might get you in trouble, especially if you were like me and have already been drinking on Saturday evening. I've had a meal and I even had some beer. Well, my meal was interesting. I had Chianti, which is the red wine, one of the Italian red wines, and then I had some Nastro Azzurro Peroni, which is in an Italian restaurant. That is my my go-to. Sometimes I go for Grand Reserva, but mostly Nastro. It's from my motorbike racing days when there was a person called Valentino Rossi who has become he's become a bit of a joke, to be honest. He's an absolute idiot in my book. He is not the greatest racer ever. That would be another Italian called Giacomo Agostini. Rossi does not compare to Ago. Absolutely. Well, not in my book anyway. Please differ. I'm sure lots of people will. But yes, he rode, his sponsor was Peroni. So he rode a number of races with Nastro Azzurro on the side of his bike before they made it illegal to advertise beer. They used to advertise cigarettes. I had a motorbike with Marlboro written all over it. And yeah, I was very proud of it. And I smoked Marlboro and then I got cancer. So yeah, you reap what you sow, dear viewer. So I'm going to reap one of these bad boys and I get it into a glass. So because it's a 330 and because it's a slightly stronger beer, I have no worries about getting this all in one into the glass. I don't even think there'll be a huge head on this bad boy. It has been chilling away in the in the fridge of doom for a while. So we've got the Garden Brewery, we've got that, wiggy wiggy woos, and a cheeky grin from me. There we go. Oh, wow, that peanut is bang on. Finger's head at the moment, off-white, which talking sort of cream colour. Creme over coffee, perhaps. Real roasty kind of, but that nutty thing is definitely there too. Interestingly, there's no biscuit in here. And when I say biscuit, I mean biscuit malt. So they're calling it cheesecake flavour. I'm wondering, at this point, is it going to be cheesecake as in the base, because that would go with the dark beer? Or am I going to get the taste of like creamy kind of cheesecakey stuff? I don't think. What do we got? We got chocolate malt and flaked oats. The oats might make it a bit creamy. The chocolate isn't going to make it like chocolate, but who knows? Carafa 1. Jesus, that's some dark stuff. Going to be really interesting, this bad boy. Anyway, cheers and beers to you. It is Saturday evening. Hopefully everything is okay for you. Like I say, I've had some beer. I've had some wine as well today. It's going to be one of those, dear viewer. We're having a 6% dark beer. Let's see what we get from this one. Cheers. Okay. Ooh, a little bit watery, which is bizarre considering this beer is over 6%. But really watery, a little bit like a milkshake to start with. It's got quite a nice residual sweetness, but then the roast malts kick in, and it's got that bitterness. It's chocolate, but it's in, yeah, it's a bitter chocolate. It's not a sweet milk chocolate, which is weird considering that it goes like a milkshake to start with, but that's only because it's really thin. It's like chocolate milk, if you know what I mean. Chocolate milk, chocolate milk. As soon as you swallow, whoa, dark side. I've gone to the dark side. There is that kind of peanut thing there as well, but it's more like peanut husks um, than peanut butter. The butter side of it, I'm not quite getting. The peanut I am. It's weird. It even tastes a little bit salty, like salted peanuts. But it's like the real gritty kind of peanut thing that you get sometimes. Like I say, it's like the peanut husk as opposed to the peanut itself. The cheesecake, not really getting at all. Unless they're saying the cheese bit is from the chocolate milk at the beginning. But it's, yeah, it's like two sections. It's interesting. You've got the chocolate milk right up front, watery chocolate milk, like semi-skimmed almost. And then as soon as you swallow, it goes real dark, real roasty, real nutty. Yeah, I am getting that peanut, but they're not molded together very well. And I suspect that's where the oats should come in handy. But for me, this is definitely a beer of two halves. Instead of a pint. And it's a 330 can, so that makes things even more weird. Wow, that might be a belch from a previous beer. Anyway, cheers and beers. Actually, I'm getting the nuttiness a bit more up front now, but it's still incredibly light, and then it descends into the kind of, yeah, well, that peanut kind of, the peanut is the thing that crosses the two boundaries. So it's very light and milky to start with. Peanut, then darkness. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one is very, very bizarre. I wonder if this would be better on nitro. I'm always thinking about this, especially when people are talking about anything creamy. And they have called this, let's double check, peanut butter and chocolate cheesecake stout. Dessert stout, well, it definitely doesn't taste like that. There is a big picture of some peanuts. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's not quite there in my book. maybe because it's only 6 and a bit. If this was an imperial, say even 9%, something like that, so up by a third, you could give this beer a lot thicker body because it's weak. It's very, very weak and sort of like I said, skimmed milk, not even full fat milk. And if it's peanut butter, it should have the butter in. So at least put full fat in there, not semi-skimmed or even skimmed or whatever. I realise I'm talking absolute nonsense about this beer, but yeah, it's a bit watery for a stout. And like Guinness, for me, Guinness and Murphy's and stuff have more mouthfeel, and they're at 4%, and this is like 6.5. Well, 6.2. Um, Weird. But when the darkness kicks in, and obviously there's Carafa, which is obscene if you don't know your malts. Jesus Christ, Carafa malt is really dark roasted bad boy. And even chocolate malt is proper roasted. Um, so they're in there, but they're not, yeah, they're not in as much abundance as perhaps they should be. Dude, I reckon if you chucked a lot more oats in to make it a bit more creamy and maybe upped it a little bit, 6.5, maybe, you may get away with it because the mouthfeel will be thicker. And because it's thicker, it'll be more creamy. All of that kind of dodginess. But yeah, I'm not getting into this one at all. Okay, it's a Saturday night. I've had a few lagers. I've had some red wine. I wanted something a bit more thicker, a bit more unctuous. They're calling this a dessert stout. No, it is not. Should be thicker, should be stronger, more mouthfeel. Bit disappointed in this one, Garden Brewery. I still really want to visit you in Zagreb. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Go to the tap room, go to the source. Always best to go to the source, Dr. Livingston. But yeah, sitting here in Broadstairs on a sunny evening. Well, the sun's gone down now, but on an evening, the beginning of summer, because summer doesn't officially start till tomorrow. But Jesus, you can see I've caught the sun a little bit today, and I'm due to go out tomorrow. Oh, might have heard a train go past then. I certainly did. Yeah, for me, okay, strength wise, 6 and a bit is good. The flavour's not there, the mouth feel is not there. It's not, yeah, not my favourite. Not even my favourite from the box. I bought better beers than this in Asda. They're in bigger cans as well, and stronger too. There we go. That is the Garden Brewery peanut butter and chocolate cheesecake stout. In my humble opinion, there are better beers out there by the Garden Brewery. I hate to say it. Maybe it's the influence of Beer 52 on this particular beer. Um, yeah, I like the Garden Brewery, and this one, yeah, is not that good in my opinion. Guys, this has been your loving Uncle Jonah, drinking beers, hopefully entertaining you, and all that kind of jazz that goes with it. I'll be back. In fact, I've got a special Sunday review tomorrow, so look out for that one. If you're not subscribed already, why not do that? Do it now and click like and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if you're here more or less 15 minutes in, you must have enjoyed it, so at least click like to the video. And I'm going to see you for another beer review, and that's coming up real damn soon.